Hello friends, welcome to Massive Open Online course on State and Local Governance Machinery and Process. We talked about the constitutional pattern and the evolution of state administration in Indian context in our earlier two talks. Today we have third talk on the same theme, that is on state administration. In this talk we will deliberate on the constitutional context of state administration, need and significance of state administration. We will also discuss about the structure of state administration or the components of state administration. Very briefly, we will also talk about the certain issues before the state administration. Let's take up the first part, that is constitutional context of state administration. The very first article of the Constitution states, India, that is Bharat, shall be a union of states. The constituent states and the territories are specified in the first schedule of the Constitution. Constitutionally, the Parliament, by making the law, is authorized to admit into the Union or establish new states on such terms and conditions as it thinks fit. It is provided there in Article 2 of the Constitution. The Parliament is also empowered by passing a law to form a new state, by separation of territory from any state, or by uniting two or more states, or by uniting any territory to a part of any state. It can diminish the area of a state, alter the boundaries of any state, and change the names of any state. However, the bill for the above stated purpose, that is to create new states, to change the boundary of a state, to change the name of state, etc., that can be introduced in either house of the Parliament on the recommendation of the President, or the bill has been referred by the President to the legislature of the state concerned for expressing its views thereon within the time period specified, or as allowed by the President. These constitutional provisions made in Article 2 and Article 3 have been utilized for reorganizing the states in 1950s. Particularly if I mention the name Linguistic Province Commission, Dark Commission, constituted in 1948, as we discussed in an earlier talk. The State Reorganization Commission, which was constituted in 1953 and which submitted its report in 1956, and on the basis of that report, State Reorganization Act 1956 was passed by the Parliament to reorganize Indian state. As a result of that, 14 states and 6 union territories were formed on linguistic lines. Thereafter, the process continued, and today we have 29 states and 7 union territories. Let's take up the second part of this talk, that is the need and significance of state administration. The administration at the state level is considered at the cutting edge of public administrative system. The institution of state or its agency, especially at the district or any other appropriate level of administration, is considered primarily responsible for regulating or managing and delivering of almost all kinds of services to its citizens, be it a school, education, or a health care, or the provision of basic amenities to the citizens. Besides providing these services, the Constitution also provides for state laws and policies and programs for social and economic development of the society. It is expected from the state administration that such laws, policies, programs should be implemented efficiently, effectively, and honestly The Constitution also entrusted the state with a special role and responsibility of preserving public order and ensuring the welfare of citizens. In Indian context, the 7th schedule clearly demarcated the legislative and functional domain of the union and states. The 7th schedule provides for 3 types of list, that is union list, state list and concurrent list. The schedule highlights the significance of the state government in realizing the objectives set forth in the Constitution, that is in the state list. The state is not only entrusted with the function provided there in the state list, but also made responsible for those functions contained in the concurrent list. I would like to clarify that in case of concurrent list, both state legislature as well as parliament have the jurisdiction to make a law, but those laws, whether passed by the parliament or by the state legislature, that is implemented by the state government or by the state administration. Besides this, there are many responsibilities which are basically of the union government but has to be performed by the state administration. The states are the agencies for execution of development and social welfare programs, may be framed by the state government or by the union government or the central government. This level of administration is fairly closer to the citizens and comfortably accessible to the people living in that particular area. Therefore, there is not only the need of the state administration, but it has a significance as it has to discharge so many functions, as well as it is closer to the people. And that's why the study of the state administration is an important issue for the students of the public administration. Now, let's come to the third part of this talk, that is structure of the state government or the state administration. The state administration or the state government in India have the following components. Number 1, state legislature. Number 2, the state executive. Number 3, the state secretariat and other administrative departments or other administrative organizations of the different types. Number 4, advocate general. Number 5, the constitutional bodies like State Public Service Commission, State Election Commission and State Finance Commission, etc. Number 6, high courts and other judicial and quasi-judicial institutions. Let's discuss a little bit about the state executive first. The state executive is comprises of the governor, chief minister and the council of ministers, that is the political executive, along with the permanent civil services. The Constitution of India, particularly from Article 153 to Article 167, are specifically deals with the state executive. The governor in the state is a titular head, or he is considered to be the representative of the union government or the central government. The governor acts as the agent of the central government, being its representative to the state. The real head of the state is the chief minister and his council of ministers, which is elected and responsible to the state legislature. About other components, that is state legislature, state secretariat, advocate general, high courts, etc., we will have the separate elaborated talk on this issue, and we will take up it separately. Now, let's talk about the issues before the state administration. As I stated earlier, we will take up, or rather we will list all those issues, all the important issues before the state administration. The Second Administrative Reform Commission identified some of the important issues which are there before the state administration. These issues are, number 1, that is the size of the council of ministers. There is an urgent need for rationalizing the number of departments in the Secretariat. Not only that one, on the pattern of United Kingdoms, we are also thinking of to establish some executive agencies. Executive agencies means there should be a separation between the policy formulation at Secretariat level and policy implementation one. The implementation agency must be provided with requisite independence so that the implementation process which is being criticized can be effectively institutionalized to achieve the desired results. The issue relating to the internal restructuring of state government is also very important one. In actual, we have so many departments at the state administration. Some departments are really required, some departments have become outdated one. We need to restructure the state government department so as to make the administration more effective, more participatory and more result oriented one. The Commission also considered that there is a need of state civil service law, and the senior officers who are experienced one or who can deliver administration in an effective sense, we must consider about the security of their tenure, particularly which are at the top level or the apex level of the administration. In addition to all these issues, some of the states also require some sort of reforms in the state public service commissions and their working. The issues which are raised by second administrative reform commissions no doubt important, and they require immediate attention of the government, both from the state government as well as from the central government, as many of them are collaborative one. But there are certain other issues also before state administration which are state specific one. As for example, the issues of Bihar, West Bengal or Odisha may be different from the issues which are there in Punjab or in Kashmir or in the eastern states of the country. Therefore, keeping in view all these things, we must devise a strategy which can make the state administration not only effective and efficient but also responsive and catering the needs of the society or catering the needs of the citizen of that particular state. Again, I am emphasizing is this factor because of the reason this level of the government is very close to the people, and the satisfaction from the governance will depend upon the interactions and the engagement of this administration. Since this level of administration is very close to the people and people are interacting and engaging themselves for availing many kinds of the services with them, therefore the effectiveness and efficiency or the attitude of this level of administration will determine the popularity or the citizen satisfaction from administration. This can make a government popular one or this can make a government unpopular one. So this is all about the state administration, and particularly in constitutional context, need and significance, its structure and the issues before it. Concluding, we have taken up three issues in the state administration. In the first talk, we discussed about the two constitutional patterns, that is the unitary system of government and the federal system of government. In the second, we discussed about the evolution of state administration in Indian context. In the third, we deliberated on the constitutional context and the structure of the state administration. With these three talks, I hope you have been able to understand what the state administration is, how it has established in Indian context, and how it has been important one to deliver the services, every kind of the services to its citizens. In the last, you are requested to go through the e-text and participate in the discussion, and also go for the self-assessment tool also. You have also been provided with the list of the reading resources and web links, etc. If there is any questions or any queries relating to this module that is on the state administration, feel free to write me. Thank you very much and wish you a very happy learning. Next time we'll take up another issue, another theme on the state, that is on the state legislature. We will discuss about the composition, eligibility to be a member of the state legislature, and the role of the state legislature in state administration. Again, thank you very much.